28th, 2024 meeting of the Warwick County School Corporation Board of School Trustees to order. Please stand and join us in a moment of silence, followed by the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Item 3 on the agenda is patron concerns, and we have Mr. Jim Post signed up to speak.
Hi, it's been a little bit since I've been here. I missed the open board meeting when they were doing the acquisition, what do we call it, the $6.3 million bond. And I wasn't able to be here for those. I had a couple of questions, but I think I want a little more details, so I think I'm just going to email Mr. Armstrong for that. So, but since I signed up, I thought I'd come up and that's what I was going to talk about, but I'm going to just email. Okay.
Mr. Post, if you could email and have Mr. Armstrong and myself on there, that would be great. Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, moving on to agenda item number 4, School Spotlight, Chandler Elementary School. Thank you for bringing such a wonderful crowd.
And I'd like to introduce Mrs. Stephanie Henrich. She is the principal at Chandler Elementary, and I think she's going to kick us off.
Thank you. Just want to start by thanking you guys for allowing us an opportunity to shine. Lots of hard work, as what you see here is a unified team, just willing to do whatever it takes to educate kids and make sure that they're successful. And I could stand up here and show all kinds of progress monitoring and curriculum and test scores, but what we really wanted to do tonight was to let you know what sets us apart, what makes us different from some of the other schools, and what we pride ourselves on. And so, as most of you know, we were recognized in the state of Indiana last year, 2023. We were recognized as the Title I School of the Year in the state of Indiana. And we had some of our team travel to Oregon and be recognized nationally for some of the things that we're doing at our school. And so we even did presentations in Indianapolis for other local schools, principals, teachers, to talk about the great things that are going on at Chandler Elementary. So real quick, we wanted to shorten most of what I wanted to say down to about 3 minutes, and this kind of tells what's going on daily at Chandler Elementary. Hi, I'm Stephanie Henrich, proud principal of Chandler Elementary in Chandler, Indiana. We are fortunate to serve a diverse population of over 500 students. Here at Chandler, we house several programs such as life skills, developmental kindergarten, ED classes, ESL, and even the high ability program for our county. All of our love and dedication that goes into fostering the whole child can't be put into words. It's something that has to be experienced. This is what sets us apart, the feeling of family and sense of belonging. Our motto is, whatever it takes, our kids are worth it. Our goal is to educate the heart as well as the mind. Our SEL program gives us a platform to transform our students into regulated individuals who have the tools to be successful in challenging situations. Each day starts with a morning meeting. Students are able to identify their emotions and work through strategies to help find solutions. Calming corners provide a safe place to regulate emotions. Some students may need a break in the regulation room, and some may just need a few minutes with our therapy dog, Basil. While serving a population as diverse as ours, we recognize that high expectations must remain. A common planning time allows for staff to meet together to monitor student growth and progress. Our academic team keeps us on track for multi-tiered interventions. Co-teaching occurs in several classrooms to ensure all students are matched with the most appropriate learning environment. We've been a forerunner in implementing the science of reading, even training our paraprofessionals in the Orton-Gillingham method. We are blessed with support from parents and our stakeholders that work to make our school the heartbeat of our community. It is our goal to create teams that support our students at school, home, and in the community. We believe no matter what it takes, our kids are worth it.
My name is Brandy Bruce, and I am a first grade teacher. I am currently in my 25th year of teaching at Chandler Elementary.
My name is Ryan Gillum. I'm a special education teacher at Chandler Elementary, and I'm currently in my 15th year of teaching.
We would like to share with you and talk about the co-teaching model that has been implemented in our school building over the last few years. We feel it is one of the things that sets our school apart from others.
Our co-teaching classrooms utilize a general education teacher and a special education teacher to meet the diverse needs of all students. The two teachers share the responsibilities of lesson planning, instruction, grading, interventions, and communication with parents. Both teachers work well with all students and ensure that any accommodations are provided to the students with an IEP. Our co-taught classrooms enable greater individual attention, allow students with disabilities to access core curriculum in the least restrictive environment, and higher expectations that tend to produce higher levels of performance. These inclusive settings have helped us to develop a more positive school culture between our students with and without disabilities. We believe that our students feel welcome and safe in their learning environment.
The students do not see us as a general education and a special education teacher in the co-teaching setting. They simply see us as two teachers working together with flexible grouping that allows for differentiated instruction that meets the educational and emotional needs of all students. With the support of both teachers, we help students develop collaborative learning skills, a sense of classroom community, and an independent work skills. An open and welcoming mindset in these co-teaching classrooms at Chandler Elementary have shown us students that pass iRead, kids that may no longer require the need of special education services, students from pull-out groups that have been able to join the inclusive classroom, and students with special learning situations that have been able to build relationships with staff and other students to extend their learning days and classroom experiences. Students with some of the most severe and challenging disabilities, such as autism, emotional disabilities, and intellectual disabilities, have been able to join the co-teaching setting and show growth and success. We know that our kids are learning academics, but they are also learning how to tolerate and accept others from a wide range of abilities. At Chandler Elementary, whatever it takes, our kids are worth it. Thank you.
You guys look great.
Can I pick Basil? Is that his name? Basil. Oh, can he sit on my feet? Thank you.
As you can see, one of our trademarks here at Chandler are our whole school family literacy events. These events begin with transforming our school into a magical wonderland for our students. It actually all started with a dream. Wouldn't it be cool to turn our school into a life-size game of Candyland? As you can see over here on our pictures, this sparked our first major event with a walk through Candyland, where our entire school became one gigantic Candyland game board. Through involving our entire staff, as you can see who jumps on board with these crazy ideas with costumes, decorations, their time, and talent, we did what we set out to do. Candyland literally came to life in the halls and classrooms of our building. Families entered the school receiving their card deck and played the game of Candyland. When receiving their character card, like Mr. Mint, they would enter that classroom and complete a literacy activity or craft. Finally receiving the King Candy card, they arrived at the Candy Castle, where books awaited. Amping up the competition, at our next major literacy event, our families raced around the school, competing to win the amazing race trophies that awaited them at the pit stop. Upon embarking on their journey with a ready, set, go, our families completed challenges along the way, traveling from country to country, grade level to grade level. Each challenge afforded them a clue that took them on a journey around the world to the finish line. Our families were rewarded with books for a race well ran. On one tragic day in March of 2022, we found out that someone had stolen our Captain Underpants books from our precious library.
What happened? Wonder if there's somebody still in here. I don't see anyone. I think I better call Mrs. Henrich to have her come down here and look. Hello? Hello, Mrs. Henrich, you need to come to the AR room. There's been something bad happen down here. What? Yes.
Good morning.
Mrs. Henrich, look what happened.
I thought you were calling me down here to talk about that recess incident. What in the world is happening
I don't
here?
know, I came in and it looks just like this. It's a mess.
Well, I'd say so. My word. You think the kids have been in here?
I don't know, I hope not. If so, we have to find out.
Well,
Who did this?
What are these keys? These are not my keys.
Oh, I wonder if they came in, opened the door with those keys.
This is upsetting. Are these your snacks?
No.
Somebody's been under this table. They've been eating Twinkies. I'm going to have to call the resource officer. This is a mess. Oh my gosh, the window's open? You think they'd come in this way or went out this way?
There are books. I wonder if they took some books.
Well, you better check and see if anything's missing, because if so, I'm going to have to file a report with the resource officer. My word, this is an awful mess. You see anything?
All the Captain Underpants.
What?
Gone.
All the Captain Underpants? The kids love those. Are you kidding me? The whole series?
They're all gone.
Okay,
No.
I'm gonna have to call the superintendent. I'm gonna have to call Officer Leasing. Not all the Captain Underpants. These kids are gonna have a fit. Oh, they're gonna be so upset. Okay, we're gonna have to solve this mystery.
Right.
All right. Okay. Superintendent, I'm gonna have to call Officer Leasing. Not all the Captain Underpants. These kids are gonna have a fit.
Our student detectives spent the next week analyzing crime scene evidence and looking for clues as to which suspect stole the Captain Underpants books. Each day began with a new set of clues of crime scene evidence that our students observed and analyzed to help them solve the crime. Families that entered our building on clue night began their detective work with a case file that took them from classroom to classroom, completing literacy activities and receiving their next clue. While the culprit may just have been Mr. Harrison, who simply wanted to read his beloved Captain Underpants books, our family solved the crime and were rewarded with books themselves. In the year 2024, scallywags at Chandler set out on a quest to find treasure. Entering the doors, families received a treasure map and their first clue to seek and find this lost treasure. As students traveled through our Disneyland-like adventure, they became dressed like a pirate, as at each station, buccaneers that completed their literacy activity were awarded pirate wear, from a pirate ring to a bandana to a Captain Hook arm. Clue after clue, these pirates traveled onward towards their destination. X marked the spot, only where our true treasure lies, in books. Finally rewarding our pirates with the most precious treasure of all, literacy. And now we will bring up our students, Dessa Witter and Bo Riley.
Hi, I am a Chandler student, and one of the reasons why I love Chandler is because of the education that they serve to the Chandler students. I love the principal, the teachers, and the staff. The staff is always smiling. The teachers push you to work hard. When it comes to teaching, they're fun too. The principal keeps the school motivated and in line. I love Chandler Elementary. Another reason why I love Chandler is because I have made many friends here. They are all nice and caring. I love Chandler and my best friends. The coaches are all great here, especially my Aunt B, the volleyball coach. The cafeteria ladies make wonderful lunches and they are nice to the students and always put a smile on the kids' faces. The music, art, gym, and library teachers are all super helpful and attentive to the students. Clearly, Chandler Elementary School, home of Vikings, is an awesome school and I'm proud to go there.
Hello, my name is Bill Riley and I'm a 5th grader at Chandler Elementary. I love Chandler Elementary because through the years they've made me feel like I've become part of the Chandler Elementary family. I deal with cyclical vomiting syndrome and migraines. Miss Rom, our school nurse, has helped me navigate taking multiple medicines that I've had. Miss Duncan, one of my 1st grade teachers, gives me candy and or hugs every time I see her. Miss Selby, our OG teacher, has helped me with my dyslexia. Miss Hutchison, one of my 4th grade teachers, took the time to show me a math trick to help me line up numbers. There are many other teachers that have helped me through my elementary years, and these are just a few teachers. I love Chandler Elementary, and I don't want to leave.
We have pictures over on the board again. Good evening. I'm Danae Riley, Chandler Elementary's PTO president. Chandler PTO encourages involvement throughout the entire school year in many ways. Every month, we have a popsicle or popcorn day for our students for a monthly treat, as well as a monthly treat for our staff, such as our Christmas breakfast in December, our Super Bowl in February, and Teacher Appreciation Week in May, just to name a few. Family involvement is very important, and we try to provide many opportunities for this. We host 2 large family nights each school year with different themes and activities. We also have a kindergarten popsicle playdate to kick off the school year, and a Tears of Cheers parent breakfast on the first day of school. We collaborate with the title team to celebrate the students who complete the Summer Scholars Program. This program helps to bridge the gap of the summer learning slide. We also host book fair each semester that includes a fun family night. We work with the community to host give back nights and seek out donations from businesses for our students, for example, snacks during testing week. This year we had our 3rd annual Viking Voyage. Our student body collects donations as well as we receive donations from many local businesses. At the end of the collection period, we celebrate with a walk with lots of fun along the path. This year, we raised over $40,000. We are still in discussion for this year's earnings, but last year we took the money raised and spent it on various items for our students and staff, such as new playground equipment, an ice machine for the staff, an SEL presentation by a local author, and new furniture for the foyer. Each staff member was also allotted an amount of money to spend on their classroom. We are so grateful to be able to collaborate with the community and Chandler parents to do whatever it takes for our students and staff. It's always a great day to be a Chandler Viking.
Hello, I'm Nick Kerner, Assistant Principal at Chandler. We're going to wrap up our presentation by giving thanks. And so, first off, thank you to all of our staff that are here tonight, parents. Big thank you to our parents and students for helping us out each day. But we also want to give a huge thank you to our community partners. So, schools, it takes a village in order to run a school properly. And so Chandler Elementary is a perfect example of that. Our teachers and staff work alongside our community partners to ensure that students and families have the tools that they need to be successful. I have a list of some of our community partners, just some of them listed up here, not all of them. And we cannot thank these community partners enough for all that they do for our families and our community. Lastly, we would like to thank Dr. Redmond and our school board for allowing us this opportunity to showcase what makes Chandler Elementary such an amazing place to be. Thank you very much.
Thank you, guys so much, and I would just like to point out that I'm really glad that you took the time to share with this group all of the work that you're doing with your family engagement. That has been something that's been on the forefront more recently since the pandemic, but Chandler's been doing this for years, and you are truly a model for what family engagement can look like for other schools. So I'm really glad that you decided to share that with the group tonight, because they do it better than anybody.
And if I can say something, 63 years ago, I walked into Chandler School. But I only got to stay for 3 till 3rd grade because they built John H. But I can tell you, Miss Fritz, Miss Miller, Miss Darrington, and Miss Smith were all great teachers that led the way to where we've been through all these great years. So what a wonderful place to go to school.
Could we have the students come up when we shake their hands?
Of course, come on up.
They did such a
Yes, you
great
did. Great
job.
job.
They did a good job.
Nice job. You did an awesome job.
Thank you, that was great. Wonderful, you did a great job.
Thank you guys again for coming.
I do
You
have a
are-
comment
oh,
if I
please, Tim.
could.
Yes.
As a
You're biased.
Chandler parent and a Chandler grandparent, I'm really impressed by the teachers that showed up tonight. We've had 10, 12 schools. We haven't had this kind of participation. I'm impressed. Thank you.
And I would
Thank you
add,
for everything.
the ladies in the striped shirt, I
Yeah.
thought you were thing 1 and thing 2.
Wonderful job. Thank you so much
Thank
for your
you.
presentation.
Excellent.
And you are absolutely more than welcome to stay, but you certainly have our permission to leave, because I know you've had a long day working. I think you also had a ball game today, so please feel free to stay if you'd like, but you're more than welcome to leave. So, thank you. Thanks for being here.
Yes.
That was so cool.
What I do? I'm Henry's papa.
Henry's Papa. She said, are you Henry's Papa? Just thanks for being here.
Yes, there is.
And then I've got some nieces.
Not bad.
I want to go back to school.
They are.
Well, that one boy, he doesn't want to leave. He loves it.
I don't blame him. That was really cool.
All right, I guess we're ready to move on to agenda item number 5. That's going to be hard to follow.
It is.
It is.
Consideration of approving the follow routine items. Dr. Redmond.
Thank you, Mrs. Wilhelmus. The routine items include approving the minutes of the school board meeting held on October 14th, and also approving the minutes of the public hearing held on October 21st, 2024, and approving the claims and signing the docket for October 28th, 2024. I recommend the board approve the routine items as presented.
So I'll second it.
Okay, we have a motion by Mrs. Metzger, a second by Mr. Baker. Is there any discussion? All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nay. Motion carries. Item 6, consideration of items for board action. Consider approving the 2024-2025 tentative agreement between the WCSC and the WCTA. Dr. Redmond.
Thank you. I recommend the board ratify the 2024-2025 tentative agreement between the Warwick County School Corporation and the Warwick County Teachers Association as presented and discussed at the public meeting on Monday, October 21st, 2024.
I move to approve the agreement.
We have a motion by Mrs. Glover, a second by Mr. Franz. Is there any discussion? All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nay. Motion carries.
Mrs. Wilhelmus, if I may just say, I see Mrs. Elliman in the audience. She was one of our bargaining team members. We had several others, and I just want to point out that we had a great process this year, as always, but it was very collaborative, and it was really productive, and we're pleased with where we landed, and I think that our teachers and staff are pleased as well, and just wanted to say thank you for the great collaborative spirit.
Okay, item 6.2, consider approving supplemental pay supplemental payments to individual teachers. Dr. Redmond.
Thank you, Mrs. Wilhelmus. Per Indiana code, a school corporation may provide supplemental payment to a teacher that is in excess of the salary specified in the compensation plan for a variety of reasons. These supplemental payments were not bargained, but instead determined to be fundamental to the advancement of teacher education and development. We have determined that 14 teachers have earned their master's degree during this past year and warrant such a supplement increase. These teachers earned a master's degree per the qualifications for master's degree in the teacher contract since becoming an employee of Warwick County School Corporation. I recommend the board approve the supplemental payments, which was added to the annual salary at $1,000 to each of these employees as identified.
So moved.
We have a motion by Mr. Mosby, a second by Mr. Baker. Is there any discussion? All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nay. Motion carries. Item 6.3, consider approving salary increase for calendar year and school year non-certified employees. Dr. Redmond.
Thank you, Mrs. Wilhelmus. The proposed percentage of pay increase for these employees is 2.5%. Each group or classification has a new hourly pay rate assigned to it per the percentage increase. In addition, specifically identified as each individual employee and his or her proposed rate of pay. I recommend that the board approve pay increases to calendar year non-certified employees effective October 26, 2024, and school year non-certified employees effective July 22nd, 2024.
I'll make your motion.
We have a motion by Mr. Baker
I'll second.
and a second by Mrs. Metzger. Is there any discussion? All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nay. Motion carries. Item 6.4, consider approving salary increase for building corporation certified administrators and managers. Dr. Redmond.
Thank you, Mrs. Wilhelmus. Utilizing the 2.5% increase in the compensation factors for these groups, I recommend the board approve the pay increase as presented effective July 1, 2024.
Motion to approve.
We have a motion by Mr. Jordan, Mr. Eigner,
I second.
and a second by Mrs. Glover. Do we have any further discussion? All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nay. Motion carries. Item 6.5, consider appointing representative to Warwick County Area Plan Commission. Dr. Redmond.
Thank you, Mrs. Wilhelmus. The Warwick County School Corporation has one appointment to the Warwick County Area Planning Commission, Mr. Brandon Pryor, the Manager of Transportation. Mr. Pryor's term will expire December 31st, 2027. As Manager of Transportation, this makes sense as he will be privy to early information on developments and other construction plans that may impact the schools. I recommend the board name Mr. Brandon Pryor as our appointee for the 4-year term on the Warwick County Area Plan Commission beginning October 28, 2024, as presented.
Motion to approve.
We have a motion by Mr. Eigner, a second by Mr. Franz. Is there any discussion? All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nay. Motion carries. Item 6.6, first reading of proposed policy 4175, student suicide awareness and prevention. Dr. Redmond.
Thank you, Mrs. Wilhelmus. Tonight is the first reading of proposed policy 4175, student suicide awareness and prevention. This is a required policy that the state of Indiana has asked all school corporations to create, adopt, and use. The second reading and final vote will be on Monday, November 11th, 2024. And I'll just read this, I'm just reading part of this in summary, and then actually at the end of the meeting, I'm going to show you, we've moved where we're housing policy, we're locating it in just a different place, and I will be showing you where to find it at the end of the meeting. So proposed policy 4175, the Board of School Trustees of the Warwick County School Corporation recognizes its role in increasing awareness of child suicide and will offer training and support in an effort to lower overall suicide rates. In addition, the board believes there must be a partnership between families, the community, and the Warwick County School Corporation schools to effectively identify and offer support to our students with mental health needs as described herein. Warwick County School Corporation schools shall provide evidence-based training to WCSC teachers consistent with Indiana law on suicide prevention and awareness, which shall address warning signs and tendencies that may indicate a student is considering suicide. Teachers, school counselors, and staff are also trained on specific procedures to follow, including the requirement for parent-guardian notification if they are concerned about a student. WCSC schools recognize the relationship between suicide and drug and alcohol use. The plan, training, and any other program authorized under this policy will address awareness of this correlation. And then the policy continues to outline intervention procedures and information regarding crisis intervention referrals. And again, you can see the proposed policy on our website, and I'll show you where to find that at the end.
And we are not voting on that tonight. That was the first reading, so. Item 6.7, consider approving donations. Dr. Redmond.
Thank you, Mrs. Wilhelmus. Yankeetown Elementary School, American Eagle Tree Service would like to donate their services to remove a tree that is leaning across the walking trail in Yankee Hollow behind the school. The value of this service is $500. And at Logue Elementary, we have a $750 donation from the Boonville Firefighters, Local 4850, to be used for student needs such as shoes, clothes, food, or other supplies. I recommend the board approve these donations as presented.
Make that motion.
We have a motion by Mrs. Metzger. A second by Mrs. Glover. Is there any discussion? All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nay. Motion carries. Item 7, consideration of personnel recommendations. Dr. Gresham.
Thank you, Mrs. Wilhelmus. The Human Resource Office has the following business to bring before the board tonight. Agenda item 7.1, consideration of employment. Tabitha Mick, Shauna Cooper, and Emily Zinn, program assistants at Castle High School. Carrie Knight, temporary job share program assistant at Sharon Elementary School. Amanda Litney and Lacey Pollock, program assistants at Castle South Middle School. Annalisa Lewis-Jones, 3.25-hour cafeteria position at John H. Castle. Barbara Gerard, 6.0-hour cafeteria position at Oakdale Elementary. Ryan Gashinka, Class D maintenance. Tiffany Pearson, program assistant at Logue Elementary. Laura E. Hatfield, clerical aide at John H. Castle Elementary. And Shirley Chappell, 3.75-hour cafeteria position at Boonville High.
We have a motion by Mr. Mosby, a second by Mr. Franz. Is there any discussion? All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nay. Motion carries.
Thank you. Agenda item 7.2, terminations. Peyton Redinger, a program assistant at Castle South Middle School. Termination effective October 17th, 2024.
We have a motion by Mr. Baker, a second by Mrs. Glover. Is there any discussion? All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nay. Motion carries.
Thank you, Mrs. Wilhelmus. Agenda item 7.3, leave requests. Crystal Weyerbacher, a 3.75-hour cafeteria position at Boonville High School. Alyssa Williams, physical education teacher at Boonville High. Kelsey Hawker, program assistant at Castle High. Ryan Harris, fifth grade teacher at Linville Elementary. Anna Collins, science teacher at Boonville High. Kaylee Cohen, a kindergarten teacher at Newburgh Elementary. And Beth Vandenson, program assistant at Castle High School.
I move to approve the leave request.
We have a motion by Mrs. Glover, second by Mr. Franz. Is there any discussion? All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nay. Motion carries.
And agenda item 7.4, resignations. Rachel Cleveland, 3.25-hour cafeteria position, resignation effective October 25th, 2024. Kim Gilmore, the non-certified payroll facilitator, resignation effective November 15th, 2024. Samantha Nunley, program assistant at Castle High School, resignation effective October 15, 2024. Carrie Harrison, a 3.25-hour cafeteria position at John H. Castle Elementary School, resignation effective October 18, 2024. Billy Stacer, a 3.25-hour cafeteria position at John H. Castle Elementary School, resignation effective October 22nd, 2024. And Katarina St. Clair, program assistant at Castle High School, resignation effective November 1st, 2024.
Thank you, Dr. Gresham. Moving on to agenda item number 8, reports. Dr. Redmond.
Thank you, Mrs. Wilhelmus. We had several different groups really experience some great success over this past weekend, so I just wanted to go through some of those with you and let you know where some of the competitions are going to be for semi-state and state for those various groups. So first of all, congratulations to the Castle High School volleyball team. They will be competing in semi-state on Saturday, November 2nd at Bedford North Lawrence, so a bit of a drive, but good luck to them. I believe we play Yorktown. And then also this weekend, November 2nd, we have one gentleman who made it to state from cross country, and that is also from Castle High School. His name is Austin Carlisle, so good luck to Austin. And then we're really excited that we have two bands who qualified for the state finals, and that is Boonville High School and Castle High School. They will be competing at Lucas Oil Stadium on November 9th, so a couple of weeks from now. And then a reminder, because this is not a normal day we have off, but Tuesday, November 5th is actually one of our days out of school this year. When that calendar was being created a couple of years ago, we had one day, I think, to play with in that first semester. And oftentimes, in the past, they've used our buildings for voting. And so we thought that would be a good day to have that day off. I'm not sure they're actually using many, if any, of our schools this year. But at any rate, that was kind of the logic on using that day. So we do not have school on Tuesday, November 5th, which is next week. And then the last thing I had, I just wanted to, if I can move to the podium, just wanted to show everybody where you can find policy. It's actually in the same location, it just looks just slightly different. Am I gonna have to completely log back in?
Here he comes to the rescue.
Right to the rescue. I will just say it's actually located in the exact same place as before. So if you go to our Warwick County website and you go to our school board tab, our policy and upcoming meeting dates, all of those things have always been listed under that tab. They are still listed under that tab. It just looks a little different, so I just wanted to point that out.
And Dr. Redmond, didn't you say that it would continue to be up in the old area as well for just a little while?
It is in the exact same location under the school board
Okay.
tab. And if we can't get it to work here, I can show it next meeting. We are using a different housing mechanism now for our board policy and for our board agendas. And so it just simply, when you click on policy manual now under the school board tab, it just looks slightly different than it did before. All the same information, the exact same policy, proposed policy sits there as well. It just looks slightly different. We'll do this another day.
Another day.
So how about we'll do this another day? Point being, we can still find it in the same place, it just looks slightly different.
Was that it? Do you have anything?
Yeah, and just two other quick things. First of all, I'd like to welcome, the Scouts are here with us tonight. And as I understand, in a brief conversation before the meeting started, they are working toward a badge. And so thank you for coming to our meeting tonight. And of course, if you have any questions about the process or how we run meetings or what that looks like, please feel free to talk with any of us after the meeting. We'd be happy to answer any questions for you.
Is it a certain type of badge, or is there a name to it?
Citizenship and
you.
community.
Well, welcome, and thank you for attending tonight. We appreciate it. Other board business, we have November 11th. We will have personnel at 6:30 in this building. And then November 12th, we'll have construction and WPCC committee meeting, and that will be in the admin office at 7:30 in the morning. Anything else? Policy or?
Policy and committee, or policy and curriculum will meet November 11th, 5:30 here at Central Services.
And special ed and transportation will be November the 6th, Wednesday morning at 8:30, administration building.
Lots of teams competing in sectionals, so
Yes,
good luck to
yes.
all those athletes and coaches and staff members.
Yes. I jumped straight to semi-state and state,
Right,
but
you
we
did.
do still have
Whatever.
sectional.
You go all the way up here, that's where we live.
We do have sectional.
There's a process to get there, right?
Yeah. We're very proud of all of our teams advancing. Yes. Anything else for the good of the cause? All right. Meeting adjourned.